Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about beliefs or things that the government uses to keep you poor, or that people say to keep you poor, right? We're going to get into this. We're going to rank these. S being like, this is like the hardest to break this belief, and D being like, this is like, you're stupid if you fall for this shit. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna break down some stuff. I'm gonna be very, very rough. All right. That's the point of this video. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. That's right, lower people. I'm reusing this shit for YouTube. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. I might make more tier lists in the future. Let's get into it. The first one we have here, we got happy wife, happy life. All right, I'm sure you've heard this one. Happy wife, happy life. Gotta love hearing it. Gotta love it. All right. Happy wife, happy life. It's this concept of, always please your wife and always make her happy. And, if she's happy, then your life will be so much better. This is false. Okay. This whole happy wife, happy life shit is a ploy to turn men into soft little beta boys that listen and do whatever their woman says. All right. That is not how society works. Right, that's not how relationships work. Men are supposed to be the leader in the relationship. All right, and women, as it says in the Bible, are supposed to submit to their husband. Okay, not to men. All right, we get this confused. All right, I just figured this out recently too. Women are not supposed to submit to men. They're supposed to submit to their husband. All right, that's what God calls them to do. All right. So, happy wife, happy life. It's this betatization thing. Betatization through a million concessions is when a man goes, yes, 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 until his wife hates his guts. All right. A leader does not say yes to everything. Sometimes a leader has to say no. Sometimes a leader has to put his foot down. Sometimes the leader has to say, this is the way and this is how we're going to be doing things around here. All right. And when it's your house and you paid for everything and it's your car and your kids and all this stuff, she does not deserve the right to be treated like a queen just because, she touches your pee-pee. Sorry, that's just not the truth. All right? And you hear these guys say, oh, gotta talk to my wife first before I go do something. No, you don't. You're a full-grown man. All right? You are heavier than her, you're bigger than her, and she respects you and looks up to you. And if she respects you and looks up to you, then your decision is your decision no matter what. Okay? Happy wife, happy life is bullshit. And I want to make one more point clear because I said this before. All right. Your wife is your queen. All right. But that also does not mean that you have to pander to every little thing, every little request that she wants. I'm going to put this one in the A tier. All right. It's an A tier. So basically, like, that one's pretty hard, but it's not like the hardest thing to not fall from. Actually, no, I'm changing it. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. It's kind of in the middle, because I know some guys that are like actually like they fall for the rest of this shit, but they still won't fall for the happy wife, happy life bullshit. So it's kind of in the middle. The next one is weekends. All right. Oh, bro, I hate weekends so much. All right, this idea of time off, of a break. All right, I really should have wrote that. All right, relax. Okay, relax, enjoy yourself. All right. Go to work. And then when you get off of work, sit down and drink beers with your friends and watch TV. All right. You should not be relaxing. All right. You have shit to do. All right. If you want to build anything, I see guys do this shit all the time. These guys will be like, I don't have time to go to the gym because I have a job. Liar. Because Barack Obama used to get up and run every single morning, and he literally ran basically the world. You're telling me you don't have time to go to the gym? Okay. I don't have time to be successful. I can't start a business because I have a job. Liar. I started my business when I had a job. I run a marketing agency. If you want extra jobs, click the first link in the description. Liar. All right. This whole weekend thing is a ploy to put you in this slave mindset. Oh, I only get 2 days off every single week. Live for the weekend. You hear that a lot. Probably should have wrote that instead of just weekend. Live for the weekend. All right? It's bullshit. Okay? You don't live for the weekend. All right? You live for today. People that live for the week are significantly better off in life. My favorite day, by the way, is Monday. I love Monday. It's like a fresh start. It's like New Year's, but every fucking week. You know, when people are like, oh my God, I have to write down my goals and I have to get ready for the new year. Do you know I do that every single Sunday? Today is Sunday. I am going to do that today. Also, I want to keep this in mind. It is 9 o'clock right now, and I've been working since 6 o'clock this morning. All right, on a Sunday. But Sunday is God's day, and you're supposed to rest. Okay? I can still go to church after I'm done with this. And this is resting to me. This is the resting version of my job. All right? When I'm working, when I'm building ad campaigns and talking to clients and having sales conversations, that's a Monday activity. All right? I like making content. This is fun to me. This is relaxing. All right? So I'm doing it. This is my relaxing activity. But you see how it still all pertains to the goal? When you switch up and you're like, fuck that, I'm just going to go get drunk, eat a bunch of donuts. You're a bitch. Respectfully, bro. I'm saying it like a dick because I need you to understand something. If you take 2 days off out of the 5 days, or out of the 7 days of the week, then you are wasting your life. You're telling me that just because the 6th and 7th day in a 7-day pattern, you need to behave differently. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have time off with your friends and go enjoy yourself every once in a while. All right. Last Sunday, I went to the pool with my friends. I still work that morning, by the way. But I went to the pool with my friends. We all hung out and had a good time. But you have to stop treating it like this. Oh, live for the weekend. When the weekend comes, I can't wait for the weekend, and I'm just going to mess around. And I'll tell you another thing, too. Say you like to drink. All right? Honestly, it's not even about drinking. It's just the routine in general. You fuck up your routine. But we'll use drinking as a great example. Friday, you go out, you drink with your friends. Saturday, you're hungover. You feel like shit. You wake up, you eat a bunch of shitty food. Saturday, you end up going out and drinking too. Then Sunday, you feel like shit and you lay around in bed all day. Monday, you kind of feel like you're half on it. Tuesday, you're still kind of recovering. Wednesday, you finally feel good again. So you get 2 good days of work out of the 5 days of the week. It's bullshit. All right? This one I'm going to put in the A tier. Do I want to put this in the A tier? I don't know. I put this in the S tier because I feel like a lot of people fall for this shit. Like literally, even like really, really ultra successful people. I'm not telling you that like it's bad to have time off. I'm not telling you that like you can't enjoy your weekend. All right. But what I am saying is that you have to stop living for the weekend and start living for today. The next one, love is mutual. Oh, this is a good one, bro. This one's spicy. Love between a man and a woman is mutual and is the same. No. Men, a woman can never love you the way you expect to be loved. That is the ultimate truth. All right? I'm going to say that one more time so we all understand. A woman is not capable, all right? Not like she won't or she can't or sometimes they do. She is not capable, fundamentally not capable of loving you the way you expect to be loved. And that's okay. All right? Men love because we believe in love, and women love because of what it does for them. All right? You can be mad at God, you can be mad at women, or you can just accept it. That is just how it goes. All right? Her biological hardwiring is for survival. Okay? When you optimize for her survival, okay, she loves you. And it's funny because it's not real survival, right? Because we don't live in a time where like there's a fucking tiger or a warring tribe that we're going against. Survival could just be like, you just are the funniest guy that she's around. And it makes her day easier that you're funny. And that's why she loves you. It's not about money. It's not about looks. Okay? It's about how you make her feel. Everyone understand this. It's feel. Okay? I've studied enough evolutionary psychology to understand this concept. It's how you make her feel. Because it's survival. All right? And because we're not in desperate need of survival, it's based off of other weird shit. Like the funny jokes that you say and the weird way that you behave in certain circumstances and like your opinions on the, I don't know, the war in Iran. All right. I don't know. It's just like other shit. All right. She loves how you make her feel. A lot of guys fall for this shit and they believe in this movie love crap. And so what happens is they like let their guard down and they get comfortable in these relationships, and the women brutally exit the relationship because you're no longer the guy. I'm sure probably if you've been in a relationship before, you probably heard this before, like you're not the guy that you were when we first started dating, or he's just not the same as he used to be. It's because he lost his fucking edge. All right? I've been that guy. I've lost my edge too. Go look at any of my videos from I want to say October 2024 to January 2024. I'm a significantly different guy now. You can see I looked like a bitch, bro. That's what happens in these relationships, man. And it's not to say, like, it's not like I got hurt and I'm just like, you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with anything remotely close to that. It's just, this is how it is. And when you get to understand this concept, and when you really like accept this for what it is, then your life is better. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the A tier. Wow, we're 11 minutes in. I got a lot more to go. Let's keep going. 9-to-5 job. This one, like, it's not even about, like, I wouldn't say that a 9-to-5 job is bad. Like, if you genuinely want to have a 9-to-5 job, that's completely fine. But you, like, be honest with yourself. I think a lot of people lie to themselves. I think, honestly, a lot of the problems with this stuff is that people genuinely will just lie to themselves about the life that they want. And they're like, I do what I want. No, it's for the approval of other people that don't even live the life that you live. Some people don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. All right? I've never worked a classic 9-to-5 job, but I have had other jobs, and I haven't had a real other job in 3 years. I love it. I'm very happy working for myself. This whole, I have to get a 9-to-5 job, and I have to like work in this environment with other people and do all this corporate shit. It's bullshit. All right. I'm going to tell you something right now. Take this lesson home if you don't run an online business or any form of business. If you find a skill and then you can deliver that skill, like you find a skill that you're good at and it creates value for another human being who needs that skill but doesn't have the tools required to get it, and then you convey to that person how that skill or how this thing that you have is valuable to their life or business, and it will make them more money, and you can, or whatever. It's not about more money. It could be like get them in better shape or whatever it is. If you have that skill, if you have something valuable and you can convey to other people that it's valuable, you can make a lot of money. All right? You can make a lot of money. Some people will sit here and play video games. The new Call of Duty will drop, and some kid will grind out hours to get like the new camos on the guns. If you took that same time and invested it into learning a singular skill, I guarantee you could be making $5,000 to $10,000 a month within 12 to 18 months. You don't need to get a 9-to-5 job. If you don't want one, learn how to get better at something and then sell it. I'm going to put this in D because everyone knows this shit's bullshit. The news. Honestly, like, the news is the most ridiculous thing in the entire world. I can't believe people watch this shit. All right? I'm going to be honest. If you're watching this, Mike, sorry. My barber watches the news when I go to see him. And I just can't take it. I see all these things. It bothers the piss out of me. Why are you watching the news? It's a way to keep you informed about shit that doesn't fucking affect you. All right? And you're like, well, politics are actually really important, and I need to know this stuff. And if there's a war, I'm going to tell you something really, really honest right now. And a lot of fucking really, really high-level entrepreneurs will say this shit. All right? By all means, I'm not saying I'm a high-level entrepreneur, but if every single one of them is on the same page, don't you think there's some truth to it? I'm going to tell you something, bro. Unless there's tanks rolling down my fucking street, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't care. All right, I don't need to know. It doesn't like you watch the news. It's depressing as fuck. I'm sitting there at my barbershop and I hear this guy talking about this stuff and on the TV, and it's always, this building burned down and this person died and this thing happened, and it's all tragic, and it's to prove to you that the world is worse than it actually is. This place is wonderful. There's plenty of opportunity here. Stop wasting your time on the fucking news. I'm gonna put this in the C tier. ADHD. All right, this is the time when all the fucking weirdos can click off the video. All right, because I'm gonna get raw and serious. All right, ADHD is real. Okay, it is a real thing that people have. However, a lot less people have ADHD than you think. All right, and there's a good chance you probably actually don't have ADHD. You just think you do, and you've been told your entire life that you do. I hate it. It is such a victim mentality. People are like, well, I have ADHD, so I don't really know what's going on. Ooh. Who fucking cares, bro? Seriously. All right? Who cares? All right? People will blame ADHD as to why they can't listen in a conversation. No, your brain is cooked. Okay, you sit there and scroll on social media all fucking day getting instant gratification. And so your brain is incapable of having a conversation with another human being because it doesn't get a dopamine hit the way that it should. Think about that. Your brain is incapable of concentrating because it's never had to concentrate because it's gotten cheaper dopamine from other places. If you don't scroll on social media and you just breathe and meditate, those are the two easiest fucking fixes to ADHD. The other thing too I would recommend is like healing your trauma, right? Like you'll have times where you sit down, like half the time your brain does all this scattered thinking shit because you don't want to think about like the real problems. Fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. You don't have fucking ADHD, bro. You're just a vagina, and that's okay. I wanted to say something else about this. Oh yeah, dude. Ritalin and Adderall, I've taken those drugs, okay? They are horrible, bro. They are horrible. Like, they're fun. Like, I'm just gonna make this clear. When I was in college, like, I used to take that shit all the time. It's fun to take every once in a while when you're trying to like build something. Bro, if I had been taking that shit since I was 8 years old every single day, I couldn't imagine how messed up my brain would be, bro. It is so messed up how Big Pharma puts this shit onto young kids. Like, I would argue that Adderall and Ritalin especially, bro, is literally like the equivalent of telling kids that they're the wrong gender. Real shit. I have met people that have been on Ritalin their entire lives, and these guys, like, they look like they're schizophrenic, bro. They act that way. Like, they genuinely, like, tweak out about everything, and you can just feel their energy, bro. It's gross. I'm going to put this in the A tier. College. Everybody knows college is a scam. Shout out to Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace. Now, if you're going to college for a medical degree or a law degree or that's pretty much it, then it makes sense. Or engineer. If you're going to be an engineer, that's another good reason. If you are going to college and you're in business school, all right, get the fuck out of college. All right, those professors don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I actually remember I had a Uber one time who was a college professor, and I had mentioned Fiverr to this professor. I was talking to them. I was like, yeah, I actually run a business. And they're like, oh, cool. And then I mentioned Fiverr. I was like, do you tell the kids about like the new stuff these days, like Fiverr or like Upwork or like ChatGPT or like the new, and she was like, what's Fiverr? I was like, you don't know what Fiverr is? You're telling me you teach a profession, and it was like a business class. Like it wasn't like a specific, it was like accounting. It was a business class. And this lady genuinely could not tell me what Fiverr was. How do you not teach these kids how to subcontract workout on Fiverr? Everybody knows what Fiverr is. All right? Didn't know anything about it. Tell you another thing too. This shit royally pisses me off. I'm in marketing, okay? I work with some businesses, that they will have an in-house marketing person. Okay. And this marketing person, I'm going to hurt your ego, by the way. If you've been watching this video and you like run a business, I'm about to hurt your ego so much. All right. They will hire this girl that just graduated college, and her job is to be the marketing person. And what she will do is she will go around and take really corny, stupid videos that get no views on the internet and completely emasculate the owner of this business online in front of his clients and his friends and his family, and make him do little TikTok dances to try and sell his business. Okay? I talked to a girl who graduated college who said she was in marketing for a company. And I asked her what her customer acquisition cost was, and she said $1. And they were selling machinery, like construction machinery, it's basically the equivalent of CAT. And she straight up told me that her customer acquisition cost was $1. I was like, yeah, all right. You don't know what you're talking about. I ask these girls their metrics. They don't know. I'm telling you, it's because they all graduated college. And the other thing too is in these schools, they like tell people, they tell people like, here's your degree and you learned everything you have to learn. And so nobody goes out and actually learns any more shit. And then they're on this like high horse. And they're like, oh my God, like I graduated college, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you right now, I will hang up the phone on somebody. It only happened to me one time. All right. I will hang up the fucking phone. If I'm in a sales call, I don't care. All right. I don't care if the deal was just closed. I will refund the money and say, never mind. If somebody says I graduated college for marketing, so I know better. No, you fucking do not. All right. You graduated college in a time where AI was not a thing. All right. You don't know what marketing is. Facebook wasn't even a thing. Okay. It was called the Facebook at the time when you graduated college. And it was on 4 campuses. You don't know anything. Okay? You don't know anything. So don't fucking start talking to me about that shit. Oh, that's so infuriating. This is a big one. Like, I'd probably put it in the B tier. You were oppressed. I'm going to go over this very, very quickly, and I want to make this very clear. Yes, I am trying to be a dick. All right? I am talking specifically about racism. All right? Everyone get their feelings hurt right now. All right? You shouldn't talk about racism. You're white. Sorta. That's not the point. I'm going to be really honest with you, okay? You are not oppressed, all right? I don't care what color you are. I don't care what background you come from. You are not oppressed. You have the same opportunity to win as I do, all right? Genuinely. You have the same opportunity. We all have the same opportunity. That's the wonderful part about being an American. All right, is we all and I don't know about other places in the world, but you have the opportunity to do whatever you want. It's not China, bro. It's not communism. You can do whatever you want. You can build a life that you want to build. You are not oppressed. You have been told that you were oppressed. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. There is no generational trauma. That's not a real fucking thing. All right? I understand that like your grandparents, if they were like oppressed for some reason, behave in a different way than other people's grandparents did, but it's a victim mentality. You have to stop believing in this victim mentality bullshit, okay? And I'm going to tell you another thing too. If there's something about your race or your whatever, particularly that people find obnoxious or annoying and don't like you for, then it's your job as an individual and as a human being to be the exception, okay? And I'm going to use a specific example, all right? I'm sure you've probably heard this. Black people are not good tippers. I'm sure you've probably heard this before. All right? And I'm going to be honest. I'm in service. All right? I'm not racist at all. I have black clients. I love black people. All right? I really, really do. My favorite music was made from black people. All right? I don't even look at it that way. I don't even look at like, is someone black or white or Mexican? I just judge people on their character. All right? Black people are bad tippers. I was a server. I know from experience. I didn't treat them any differently, but in my 3 years of being a server, I remember I would get tipped significantly overall less by black people. Okay? If you're black, And you don't like that stigma. It's your job to be the exception. I had also, on the other end of that spectrum, a lot of black people who tipped me abnormally well. Okay? I'm not saying you have to go above and beyond. But I'm also saying just be you. Be a good person. And when you're a good person, people will judge you based off of that. All right? So don't be the exception. Be the exception, and you are not oppressed. Understand that you are not oppressed. Your life is fine. Don't act like you're oppressed. If someone is racist, okay, they were racist to you. That person might have been racist. That does not mean that an entire generation of people hate your guts because you're Indian. All right. We're gonna put this down here. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in a D tier. Like if you genuinely like think that you're oppressed and you can't be successful because of that, like you're cooked. I mean, even if you are like genuinely, like even if people are like super rude to you for the color of your skin, who cares? Move past it. All right. I know plenty of people who have had a bad upbringing and people have been rude to them or made fun of them or whatever. And still I had people make fun of me as a kid. Right? I had my own struggles too. We all have our own struggles. Who gives a fuck? All right, move on. This one, course creators are a scam. People will always like try to make fun of course creators. I actually like course creators. Some of them are cool. I don't have my own course. All right. But you can actually make a lot of money selling courses. I do feel like some people should never ever sell courses. Half of the fucking Loa community, by the way, FYI. Should never ever sell courses. Some people should never sell courses. But there are some good courses out there. And I have been in some good courses and am in some good courses and communities that have significantly increased the quality of my business and my life. So I think that this is a scam. It just means you're poor. Like genuinely. In fact, I would spend all your time and money investing into courses as quickly as possible when you first get started. Find free ones. There's free ones all over the place. All right. In fact, I would never be here right now if it wasn't for that course that I bought a couple years ago to get started. So I am going to put this. I'm going to put this in the B tier. All right. You can't make money online. This is bullshit. I hear people talk about this like, making online money is a scam. Once again, we're going to make this one quick because we're going to pad the runtime because we're kind of pushing the 30-minute mark. If you learn a skill and you learn how to tell people about that skill and get them to give you money for the skill, then, and that skill directly helps that person's life improve, you can make a lot of fucking money. Okay? I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a prospect who has a marketing team of 7 people that she pays grand total, okay, $700,000 a year. Okay, she pays each one of them $100,000 a year, right? That would mean she is paying $58,000 a month, or he is paying $58,000 a month for his employees in this marketing thing. Okay? If they suck at it, and she comes to me or he comes to me and says, hey, these people suck. I want a better solution. And I'm able to provide that solution and get her better results. It would not be unreasonable for me to ask for $20,000 a month. Instantly, most people don't even make over $10,000 a month. Okay? I have instantly just started making $20,000 a month from one person. All right? I'm getting paid $240,000 a year from one client. All right? And it's not even a full-time job. But it's because I provide so much value because of the skill that I've learned that I'm able to do something like that. All right? I'm going to put this in the C tier. If you learn how to provide value, you can get paid a lot for it. Understand that. Next one we have sales is manipulative. I'm going to put that, it's kind of like relatively the same. Like, I'd probably put this, maybe, honestly, yeah, I'd probably put this in the C tier as well. Again, it's not manipulative. So people need to be sold. All right. People need to be sold things. Okay. And actually, I think it is more fucked up that you don't do everything that you can to sell somebody something if you know you can 100% help them and they can afford it and they're in a sticky situation. All right. Real shit. Understand this. If you can help somebody in their life with your service or product, and you let that person get off the phone with you, like you know for a fact you can help that person and they have the money to purchase, if you let that person walk out the door, shame on you. Because you just let a person not fix their problems. Shame on you. You just denied helping somebody. Sales is a way to help people. People need to be guided through processes because people are indecisive. Okay? People are indecisive. Most people are indecisive. Be the exception, bro. Help these people. Guide this person. It's not get this person to buy your thing. It's help this person help themselves make a change. And when you start treating sales like that, you start to look at sales differently. And I'm going to tell you, there is a level of sales that requires you to really dive deep into what the problem is for a person and help them understand how you're going to solve it with the solution. Sales is not manipulative. It is actually the greatest thing in the entire world. And I'm going to tell you something else too. You do sales every single day. If you don't like your life, you're just bad at sales. Okay? If you don't get what you want out of life, it's because you're bad at sales. All right? I usually tend to get what I want because I know how to sell things. All right? I sell the idea. This is a good idea. We should totally do this. Someone's like, we should go to a different restaurant. No, we should go to this restaurant. I know we should go to this restaurant. Okay? My conviction. All right? Conviction matters in sales. When you have conviction, people believe you. Have more conviction when you're talking about things. That's sales. The last one, depression and anxiety. I can make a whole video dedicated to this one. All right? I'm going to tell you what depression and anxiety are on a base level. I'm not going to tell you they're not real. All right? But I'm going to tell you what they are on a base level. All right? Depression is a perceived lack of options. All right? So you're depressed because you can't do anything, like you can't do anything to fix the situation. Anxiety is a perceived abundance of options. All right? You have anxiety and therefore you have like when I have, I don't know, it's like you have 15 job applications and you have like this business thing and like you're anxious about which like job to do. Right? There's too many options. Okay? Those are the terms. Now, people will say that they cannot operate outside of depression and anxiety, and that's the limiting belief I'm trying to attack right here. Okay? You don't have depression. All right? You just have a lack of options. And when you look at it, when you stop just calling it depression and actually look at what it really is, depression is a perceived lack of options, then you go find options. Okay? If you don't know where to turn, figure out where to turn. All right? Life sucks. It does. There are times when life is just not that good. All right? I will tell you something right now. I have had 2 deaths in the past week of loved ones that I cared about a lot. Sometimes life sucks. I'm working right now. I'm building this thing. I'm building this business. I have purpose. I cannot be depressed. I cannot be sad about it. Yes, it sucks. But you know what else? I'm trying to build this legacy. Okay, do you understand? Legacy. This is the path. I am pushing towards it. I'm not depressed. If you go get, if you say you're depressed, if you go get a 6-pack and you get in the best shape of your life and you start making more money, you start hanging around better people, you stop drinking alcohol, start meditating, you start living for life, okay? Eating healthy foods. You will no longer be depressed. Anxiety is the other way. All right, it's the same thing. You have too many options. Bring it down to one thing. And I'm going to tell you, it's not that you actually have too many options. It's that you just give a fuck about too much stuff. All right? You only have a certain number of fucks. When you start handing your fucks out everywhere, you're now scattered. You cannot be scattered. You cannot build something great. You cannot build a great life being scattered like this. You can't have a million options. All right? You need to put all your fucks in one hand and then push towards that thing forever. All right? Push towards it forever. And that's how you stop being so anxious. It's because you just care about things too much. All right? I see this all the time. People like freak out about the smallest things. It's like standing in line at the coffee shop. You're like, I got to work on this thing. And I'm like, the coffee, the lady in front of me is taking too long at the coffee shop. Like, what do I do? It's like, yo, if you don't just fucking relax and live in the moment, who cares? Talk to the lady behind you in the coffee shop. Smile. Look around the building. Look at people. You might actually find yourself getting into a conversation with somebody that you could really, really like, could benefit your life. And not in a like, this person gave me money way, right? And people like to say, they're like, oh, you just like to see how people can benefit you. Laughing and fun is a benefit too, all right? You might meet your new best friend. In fact, I'll tell you one time, I was at a coffee shop and I met this guy. He was sitting there, working on his business or something. And I walked over and I asked him, like, I said, hey, what's your name? Had a conversation with him. That was 3 years ago. I talked to that guy every single Saturday on my mastermind call. That guy is one of my best friends. He is significantly older and smarter and more seasoned in this business than I am. Not particularly this business, but just in the business world. And I will tell you, he has saved me from massive pitfalls in my business. All because I wasn't freaking out and I just decided to go over and talk to him. Okay? Seriously, this is one of my best friends. And he has saved me from massive pitfalls in my life. Okay? We're putting this one last here.